I walked to this train station in Ipswich, which had Indigenous art all over it. And I remember standing there for a few minutes and I was overwhelmed with tears. I really connected, and that, for me, I say, was my very first connection to Australia. So at that point, I was standing there and I was like, you know, all these browns and reds and whites and dots. And for me, that moment was when I realized that I am indeed passionate about art. Has any of you ever painted before?
A little bit. Not in the last 10 years.
I wouldn't say I'm a painter.
10 years. So what I do basically is not teach you one step at a time, but we work to provide inspirations, and then from that artwork you get to express yourself. So the first step is we need to start getting your canvas prepared for the paint. So get your brush, dip it into the water.
I thought we were just gonna.
No. I came to work with Mama Saba. We first met through Global Sisters. That was our first interaction. And my relationship with Saba, I think, I would say, is more of a mother and daughter relationship. I tell her so many times that she really reminds me of my mom in so many ways, like her warmth and her strength and her ability to connect with people.
For her, I'm not only the supporter. In fact, I feel something in her life which she misses, which is I'm a mother. I try to fill the gap of those young Africans like her missing out, which is they don't have their family in here. So we do have really mother and daughter kinds of a strong connection. On top of that, giving her hope and support for her initiative as well.
Sitting together, Mama Saba shared her vision of Moors and where she wanted to see it going. And at that time, I really resonated with it because it served the purpose that I am passionate about, and that is to empower young women from refugee backgrounds. And that's when I felt inclined to definitely take part in this, because I resonated with that. I am from Sudan. My parents moved to Kenya when I was younger because of the war that took place in Sudan. My father then passed away when I was only 8 years old. My mom had to leave us at that time to go back to Sudan because that was the only way she could find a job to sustain us in Kenya. Especially economically, we could not support ourselves. So like we were 7 sisters living in one single bedroom with only 2 beds. We had to build our house from scratch because all you're given is tent. So then the tent, it would get really cold at night. So many people would build mud houses, so you'd get guys from the community to help. And above that, I had to look at paying for my bills, paying for my school fees, and then support my brothers and sisters as they were also going through high school at that time. It was different, definitely way different, my experience settling here to my experience settling in a refugee camp. I still feel strongly connected to Africa. My paintings they draw a lot on like very African themed style, but I think the emotion that I feel like I want to tell through my story is the story of resilience, stories of strength, stories of a vision of social change, but I don't want it to just stop at that. What I want to see with that is that it can become a voice for people. I could tell stories that through my artwork, stories that you know, we don't get to hear in the everyday life. So pretty much using artwork to create change. I miss so many things back home. I think I will definitely visit one day. but I'm also happy being here. I feel like I'm finally starting to call this home, and if I happen to go somewhere else, then I'll miss this home. I usually say Australia picked me, I didn't pick it.